But it's time to give the people something different.
Oh, that's vicious. Now, we're about to check out this new NF song called Hope. All right, everyone keep on talking about it. And every single time I look on the internet, I see millions and millions and millions of people have already checked this song out. So I'm going to check it out as well, because not only is NF amazing, but I love the fact that he can put out a message, a real message, something that we all deal with, but he don't have to curse, he don't have to be vile, and he can still give God glory while doing so. I think that's amazing. And you can't even put him in a box. So that's dope too. And he's extremely talented, and we haven't heard anything from him in a while. We're going to let the song speak for itself. And don't forget to go to LFRFamily.com and ask me about this Bang Bang Tea. You won't regret it.
Yeah, I'm on my way, I'm coming. Don't lose faith in me. I know you've been waiting. I know you've been praying for my soul. 30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at?
30 years, 30 years. He's saying 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? It's almost like he's talking to himself a little bit. I don't know. Is NF 30 years old? Maybe. I don't know. We'll get to that.
Since we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts.
Bruh, you can sing, man. Bruh can sing. Yeah, bruh can sing. He got a real smooth type vibe going on. Yes, sir. Let's go.
But I gave you your chance to deliver. Now it's my turn. Don't get me wrong. Nature had a great run. But it's time to give the people something different.
Oh, that's vicious. That is vicious. You see what he's doing? All right, so he's speaking to himself. Tell him that, yo, Nate, you had a good run. But I'm sorry, bro. It's time for you to take the back seat. It's time to get the people something different. Yes. Okay. So he is talking to himself. All right. I like this. That's why he stood up. It's time to give him something different. Yeah, let's go.
So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my album.
That's tough. He's arguing back and forth with himself, man. You understand? So without further ado, I like to introduce my album. My album. My album. My album. I said my album, god dang it.
Hope. What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is. Tucking their toe between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left.
Yes! Yes! Yes, being brave enough to dream big. You're going to keep pushing when people tell you to stop. Come on, bruh. This is a ministry, man. This is a ministry. And he is being selfless. He is being selfless in this song, and I like it. This youngin' gets extra points from me for encouraging and inspiring himself to get off his ass and handle his business. Yeah.
Brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. Person that'll take a chance lights on. Something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. It's when someone who ain't never had nothing ain't afraid to walk away from.
Hold up. Is that him up on the mountain up there? Is that him? All right, let's go.
More profit because they'd rather do something that they really love and take the pay cut. It's a person that would never waver or change who they are just to try and gain some credibility so they can feel accepted by a stranger.
Whoa. A person that would never waver and try to change who they are just to get a little bit of credibility from a stranger. Y'all know how fickle people are. Know what I mean? If they know that there's going to be some type of payment for what they're doing, they will switch up so damn fast. They will switch up so quick. OMG. All right, I'm going to stopping this. I'm going to let it ride, all right? I promise you I'm going to let it ride.
Change who they are just to try and gain some credibility so they can feel accepted by a stranger. It's a person that can take the failures in their life and turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing.
Somebody who can take the failures and turn them into motivation. Yes, yes, yes. This is the type of stuff we need out there. This is the type of, this music right here, this is what I'm talking about.
Turn them into motivation. It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing what a little bit of faith can do. If you don't even believe in you, why would you think or expect anybody else that's around you to?
Yeah, you hear that? You know, this is like us when we are actually going to, I'm talking about the people who have kids, okay? Us parents. And we're constantly telling them that they can be whatever they want to be, that they're strong and that they're beautiful and that they are just as good or better than anybody that they want to compete against. They're just as smart as everyone in their class. Go for it. Don't give up. How can we possibly tell them that if we don't even believe it ourselves? Because we lie to ourselves and we try to put in that strong face and tell our kids what they should do. Our kids pick up what we're putting down. They know when we're being fake. They might smile and all this other stuff because they don't understand enough to really communicate to you that they see that they see what's going on. Matter of fact, there's so much in La La Land, that little happy place at such a young age. But let me tell you something. At a certain age, they start to play too. They start to make sure that smile on your face stays there. And if they can, and if they have something to tell you that will let you down, they won't tell you, or they'll just blatantly lie about it. So this is something that we need to start doing, being real with ourselves, because we got other people that's depending on us. And even if we don't have anyone else depending on us, we have ourselves. The more we lie to ourselves about things that we're going to do, like we make promises to ourselves that tomorrow, I'm going to start working out tomorrow. I'm going to start eating better tomorrow. I'm going to walk tomorrow. I'm going to run tomorrow. I'm going to read something tomorrow. I'm going to train more. I'm going to write something down. I'm going to journal. I'm going to start the thing that I said I'm going to start. And every single time we don't, we're training ourselves. It's becoming a discipline, a bad discipline for us to consistently lie to ourselves. And then we stop believing in ourselves. And we start thinking that we can't do it because we continue to lie to ourselves so much. Anyway, this brother just started something.
I done did things that I regret. I done said things I can't take back. Was a lost soul at a crossroad who had no hope, but I changed that. I spent years of my life holding on to things I never should have kept, full of hatred. Years of my life carrying a lot of baggage that I should have walked away from. Years of my life wishing I was someone different, looking for some validation. Years of my life trying to fill a void, pretending I was him. They get it.
Whoa. Shout out to Nate, bro. This dude really came with it, man. He really came with it.
Pain's a necessary evil, difficult to go through, yes, but beneficial. Some would say having a mental.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Y'all hear that beat?
unnecessary evil, difficult to go through, yes, but beneficial. Some would say having a mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but on the other hand, it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See if
some would say having the mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree with.
Which on one hand I agree,
but on the other hand, it was the push I needed. Literally, the push he needed was from himself. He pushed the hell out of himself.
On the other hand, it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See if
to get help and start to heal.
I'd never hit rock bottom, would I be the person?
I'd have never hit rock bottom. Would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not going to stop it anymore. I need to hit his bop. I'm going to let it ride.
Unnecessary evil, difficult to go through, yes, but beneficial. Some would say having a mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but on the other hand, it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See if I'd never hit rock bottom, would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a prime example of what happens when you choose to not accept defeat and face your demons. Took me 30 years to realize that if you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version.
Yes. You got to face your daggone dark parts. You got to face those things. You cannot just act like they aren't there, Van. Sometimes you got to talk to yourself. I talk to myself all the time. I'm probably not as nice to myself as I should be all the time, but I do it for a reason, because when I do correct myself, I move. I move faster when I correct myself than when someone else corrects me. And this is important right here. He's talking about this right in the song. God gracious, bro. This joint go.
Would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a prime example of what happens when you choose to not accept defeat and face your demons. Took me 30 years to realize that if you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself, sometimes you gotta be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason.
Sometimes you gotta be the one you're. Sometimes you gotta be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. You gotta step outside of yourself and be someone you're not in order to hear the voice of God. Whoa! What?
Opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself. Sometimes you gotta be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. Having kids will make you really take a step back and look in the mirror. At least for me, that's what it did.
Wow.
Wake up every day and pick my son up, hold him in my arms and let him know he's loved. Standing by the window questioning if that is ever going to show up. Isn't something he's gonna have to worry about, don't get it twisted, that was in the shot. Mama, I forgive you, I just don't want him to grow up thinking that he'll never be enough. 30 years of running.
Hey, did you take a shot at your mama, bro? Did you take a shot at your mama? Ain't nothing wrong with that. You ain't gotta say, you know what, I'm not taking a shot at you, Mom. I'm just pointing out something that's important to me, that's part of my journey. Your mom will understand. Like, Mom, I'm not jumping on you. This ain't about you, all right? Yeah, I'm mentioning you, but this ain't about you, okay? You and I probably, more than likely, we spoke about this already, okay? And I know you went through your things. Now I'm going through mine. And you just so happen to be a part of my story. You're no longer my trauma, though. Let you know that. You're no longer my trauma. You're a part of my story. And I got to put my story out there.
Questioning if that is ever going to show up isn't something he's gonna have to worry about, don't get it twisted, that was in the shot. Mama, I forgive you, I just don't want him to grow up thinking that he'll never be enough. 30 years of running, 30 years of searching, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of hate, 30 years of never, 30 years of maybe, 30 years of later, 30 years of faith, 30 years of hollow.
And he's not even done with the 30 years. I love this, man. He's holding himself accountable. He said my 31st year will not be this.
Twisted, that was in the shot. Mama, I forgive you, I just don't want him to grow up thinking that he'll never be enough. 30 years of running, 30 years of searching, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of hate, 30 years of never, 30 years of maybe, 30 years of later, 30 years of faith, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of 30 years of baggage, 30 years.
He said 30 years of darkness, 30 years of Nate. 30 years of Nate. 30 years of Nate. I gotta talk to y'all about
30 years of hopeless, 30 years of hate, 30 years of never, 30 years of maybe, 30 years of later, 30 years of faith, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of 30 years of baggage, 30 years of sadness, 30 years of stagnant, 30 years of change, 30 years of patience, 30 years of suffering, 30 years of torment, 30 years of 30 years of bitter, 30 years of lonely, 30 years of pushing everyone away. You'll never revolve. I know I can change. We are not enough. We are not the same. You don't have the heart. You don't have the strength. You don't have the will. You don't have the faith. You
Yo. So you mean to tell me that each time that I didn't know that his face was painted only sometimes up on that mountain. He no longer have the black hood on him, but he still has the ink on his face to show that he's separating himself. Wow. Wow, guys. That's why it's so important that we understand that when we match someone's negative energy, we are not doing what we were sent here to do. All right? Part of our gifts and part of our talents is to be the light in the darkness. Okay? And he has found his light. He has found his light, and it's beautiful, man.
Rains.
Wow. That's it. That's it right there. Let me tell you something. This joint was nice. This joint was nice. All right. So I've done a whole bunch of talking already. All I'm going to say is that song was amazing. I have to go listen to it again. I want to listen to it while I read the lyrics and really pick up what he's putting out there. Because this is a journey between himself and himself that he's sharing with everyone. But he's sharing it in such a way that we all can relate. Because most of us have a battle that we all have every single day with ourselves. I know I do. If you don't, that's on you, all right? I know I do, okay? Because I'm not the type of person that just accepts everything for what it is today. I can't accept. As a matter of fact, if I know that God has something else for me to do, or I know I'm not operating to my full potential, which most times I'm not, I got to check myself. I got to speak to myself. I got to holler at myself. I got to communicate to myself in a way that will be not necessarily aggressive, but effective enough that I correct whatever needs correction. And this is what he's doing in this song right here. It's not complaining. He's not bitching. He's not going over his trauma, playing a victim, none of that stuff. What he's doing is he's pointing out every single thing that he need to correct. He's saying, look, man, we spent 30 years of doing all these things. 30 years. 30 years. At some point, bro. At some point, we got to correct this. This is the year that we're going to correct this.